losses running into billions of shillings following a coffee buying boycott occasioned by a standoff between the government and marketers. Families in Kipkelion East constituency have received a significant donation of 2,000 avocado trees from their area MP Joseph Cherorot in an endeavor to promote avocado farming. Kenya Dairy Board have put in place strategies to boost dairy farming in Kajiado County, which had been greatly affected by drought, leading to a 50% decrease in milk production. And that is what we had for you in the Gold Highlights. Every single day right here on Kenya's Gold, you get an opportunity to find out who is doing what in the agricultural sector and what is happening right there. But right now, we continue with our conversation with our guest, Okisegere Oje Pot. And the question I have for you right now is, one of the major challenges our farmers are facing is competition from imported produce, all right? And you have scenarios like countries like Botswana, where at some point they banned the importation of fruits and vegetables from South Africa so that they can promote their local market. Right here, how are we safeguarding our farmers on the same so that we make sure there's economic viability for them?
It's interesting. Well, let me tell you this. According to the arrangement in the globe through WTO, you cannot ban somebody from exporting to your country as long as the quality meets your minimum threshold. The rest, it is Kenya to lower the cost of production. If we don't lower the cost of production, we'll be flooded with imports. Okay. Do they meet our quality requirements, our spec requirement? Yes, that's the law. So Kenya needs to work on lowering the cost of production. If not, I'm sorry, we will import more. It will be imported here, and there's nothing you can do. Will you rather buy the expensive Kenyan produce or the cheap imported product?
Okay. That still meets the standard.
Does it meet the standard? That's a question. If it meets the standard, that's it. If it doesn't meet the standard, then we will ask the agencies that are in concern, controlling the border in terms of what comes in. But for now, rest assured, the only secret you have and the only tool you have is to lower the cost of production in Kenya.
Naam. Kuna swala lingine linajitokeza sana. Angalia, kumekuwepo na mvutano kwa kuna madhara kwa viuadudu au pesticides. Kuna wengine wanasema hakuna madhara. Kwako?
Thanks. A nice question. Number one, pesticides are here to kill. And they're supposed to kill pests that are destroying our production. But the mode of action is like when you take your pharmaceuticals. If you're told to take 2 Panadols, you never go to 3. You stick to 2. Sindio? So when it comes to pesticide, it is not the pesticide that is a problem. It is the usability of the pesticide in terms of following instructions given by the service providers and the manufacturers. What we have failed in Kenya is to educate farmers and to take charge and discipline those who are misusing pesticides. I mean, are you going to blame a pharmacist for selling you a pharmaceutical product that a doctor prescribed? No. So on this other side, we want to blame pesticides. Pesticides have nothing. Their role is clearly stipulated. By the time it's registered in this country, there are processes that it takes. And if there's anything that needs to be done with, it is always dealt with before admission. While admission, it is how do we administer? How do we when do we spray? What do we spray? How do we do it? Who is doing it? Have you realized that if it comes to pharmaceuticals, for example, there are sometimes you are told, come, we will inject you in the morning, go away. Come, we'll inject you in the evening. Do you follow the instructions?
We do.
So when it comes to pesticide, the principle is the same. It's only that you cannot move crops from the farm to the doctor. We are the ones who move from where we are to the farm. So first, let's allow science to take its center stage, remove politics from pesticides, and deal with pesticides as plant protection products that have a place here. Let me get an example here. We had locust the other day. We needed to kill locust or eat locust. There was a theory about, oh, Waluya watakula locust. Why didn't we ask people to eat locust? We got pesticide to deal with locust because at that point in time, the only thing that was going to help us to deal with locust was a pesticide. And people didn't make noise about it. But now when it comes to dealing with pests that we have, we keep saying pesticides are a problem. I will tell you here, and I let it go on record. As long as we are in the tropics, there is a place for pesticide in this place. Okay. Because our weather, our temperatures favor the existence of certain pests that do not exist in any other parts of the world. Why? We have temperatures, we have equator crossing right here, and therefore our temperatures are up, and what we expect is the activity around there. So my humble request to Kenyans, to anybody in this country, is go back to the manual, seek for advice, and let government deploy their service providers to train farmers, private sector train farmers, and let us now remove blame game from what I hear in the streets.
All right, we come to wind up with our guests shortly, but now let us jump into the space of agri-nation, where we either bring you a farmer who's embracing technology or an influential person that you didn't know is a farmer. But today we do have a special MVP for you. This is a young person who's a third-year student in Daystar University, but when he's not all about the books, he is doing cabbage farming. A young person fully, truly embracing the spirit that is Kenya's goal. Let us go meet our agri star of the day.
Karibu sana katika kitengo cha Golden Star. Hapa